Hello, everyone. Here, the people will hopefully come and join me. Come and join me. All right. What's up, Joe? How's it going, bud? Hey, look what I got. Look what I've got, buddy. Hello, hello, hello. I am live from a luxurious budget Hilton property. Having a great time, let me tell you. Just decided, hey, you know what? It's probably better just to go live and hang out with some people. What's up, Zona? Steve, what up? Big Dub, what's up? God, the whole crew here. Sorry, my internet's probably not the best, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. We'll just rough it. Hopefully, I don't get problems, but you know, it's gonna be fun no matter what. We're gonna have a good time. Hope everyone is enjoying themselves. Yeah, I mean, Steve, you made it through on hotel internet. That means I can do it, right? Oh gosh, guys, it's great to be back doing stuff for YouTube. I've been on vacation, but having a good time, enjoying myself. Man, you never underestimate a good vacation. Never underestimate a good vacation. You know, I did not upload a video yesterday. That was on purpose. I just, you know, I just took time for myself. You know, what up? What up, Proof Chaser? How you doing, bud? Dude, love Proof Chaser's videos, man. Those are sick. I'm never gonna be as good of a bourbon hunter video as him. No way. I'm such an amateur. That's why I stick to reviews and stuff, man. I gotta stay in my lane, right? I felt like, you know, going through that. I also have a distillery video that I'm editing that's going to be coming up this week for Cowboy Country Distilling, and it just goes to show I literally have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to editing things that are outside of like my little niche. I literally have no idea what I'm doing. Like I pieced together that bourbon hunting video in Colorado, and I I was like, I hope this is okay. I hope this is okay. I did. I did. I found the ice wine. It was actually behind all the other barrel ones that were there at Cantina. It was like one of the very back. But I did find it. All right. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Zona. Thank you. But it just goes to show, like, I mean, I have to give credit to a lot of the people that are doing like the whole gambit of things. Like, man, mad respect to them, because like it's a real pivot on the editing styles and stuff. Like, once you get in the groove of editing the way that you do things, and you flip that upside down and you do something different, you just go dumb and you have no idea what you're doing. What up, Jeff? Nice to see you again. Have you tried Fortuna 8 Summers Old? I have not. I have not. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Let's see. Is my internet crapped out? Is it crapped out? Trying to do things and it's me. Do 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 do. Is it working? People let me know if it's working or not. Someone say something like it's still working. Because I'm trying to click things and they ain't clicking. Let me tell you right now. I can tell you that right now. They're not clicking. There it goes. There, I bet you there it goes because it just clicked through. Let's see here. Thank you for all of your support. Let me SP. Hey, thank you so much for letting me visit your store and being so accommodating. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. The video did really well. I know. I hope some people visit and patron or become patrons of your store. I really appreciate it. It's hard to do it all. It's way different. Joe does do a great job. Joe does. Oh my goodness. But that's why, like, you follow all these other people so you can kind of get an understanding for, kind of what you're supposed to do or how it's supposed to feel, even if you're not good at it. At least, you get a feel for it and you think like, all right, well, maybe this is good. I'm sorry if this is all buffering and stuff like that. Let's see. Let's see here. Someone said it is a buffering a little bit. Proof Taylor says, I'm sorry. At home, I've got multiple gigabit internet on an enterprise network that I built myself via Ubiquity. And it is almost like it's not bulletproof because, at the end of the day, but I've got backups. So like, I've got a good setup at home and I feel like absolutely just I feel like just in pain every time I'm just not on really, really fast internet. Thank you so much, SP. I really appreciate it. I can't wait to come back and I'll visit you and I'll make sure I got your number. So I'll make sure I message you. Let's see here. Let's see. Looking for 10-year-old picks ejecting his barrel-proof ride. Anywhere I can find one? Specifically 10-year? Man, I don't know. Like specifically 10-year. I don't know. I mean, you just have to look at each one of them. To be honest with you, that's the only way you're gonna know. There's no way to tell. Let's see here. Joe, buddy. Joe. I mean, should I have a little schluck? A little schluck there, Joe? That is terrific. Just come down through Denver. I'm already past. I'm way past that, man. I'm almost to Omaha. So you come this way. You come up here. I've driven this far. How far have you driven? How far have you driven, Joe? Hmm? I drove all the way to Colorado. I was only a couple hours away, and you wouldn't make the drive. That just goes to show how good friends we are. I know we just basically just met. It's fine. You got a job to do. Or any pick that is Jack Daniels barrel proof rye. Where are you at again, Alan? See, it's only like a 12-hour drive from Denver or so to my area. That see, you just got to push the YouTube content and all the Instagram. You got to push it harder so that way you can get rid of that job. Just get rid of it. Then you can say to hell with the man, and then then you're just living the life, just doing bourbon content full time. Somebody South Georgian. Oh, that's gross. And it's probably swampy too, isn't it? It's probably really swampy. South, like South Georgia, that's got to be swampy. It's got to be. I don't even like 107 degrees is fine in Arizona, but I bet you it's swampy, and that's just as terrible. And I'm sorry. Oh yeah, buddy. I'm gonna be putting some Iowa limes. The Iowa Limestone Company is going to be putting in work. Iowa Limestone Water Company is going to be putting in work this coming week. Good gracious, I got a lot to do. Joe Chuck needs to visit the. Is that what you call your bourbon room? Where is that where you were streaming from? Is that what you call the dungeon? All right. So Alan said he's in Orlando. Does anyone have somewhere in Orlando that would have a barrel proof rye, a Jack Daniels barrel proof rye, like either non-pick or pick that they can recommend? I wouldn't know in Florida. Might want to ping Brad from Brad's Bourbon Reviews and see if he knows. No, it does not. It absolutely does not. 107 in Arizona. 107 in Arizona is not that bad compared to the 117. Like that 10 degrees makes a big difference. And you could say like, "Oh, no, it doesn't," but it does. I It does. I feel it. I mean, if you turn your oven down 10 degrees, it makes a difference. That's just what's happening. Don't and you can't. I love having this conversation because it's not that you can say like, "Oh, you don't know." I do. I do live there for long enough to know. I don't disagree. It still sucks, but it sucks a lot less than the 117 plus. Just facts. Because I mean, even once the sun goes down, but the radiant heat, like it feels a lot better even at night after having 107 versus 100 and 117. It is monsoon season. Oh, I loved monsoon season, especially all the people that got washed in their vehicles through because they tried to cross roads that were flooded, and then they finally passed a law that you get charged if you have to be rescued. Finally, dang it. They don't have any right now. The last one, Rudy Liquors, was one of the best pours we've had from any distillery. That says a lot. I mean, depends on if that's the only pour. If that's the only pour you've ever had, then then that's not saying a lot. But yeah, I mean that says a lot. I mean, Jack Daniel's barrel proof ryes are good. You want to know what's even funnier is that everyone is all about the Coy Hill, you know, and I like Coy Hills, but with the Jack Daniel's 2026 special release rye, it just goes to show that from Fire Brigade, Boiler Hill, all those, like, most people find the others better than Coy Hill. So, like, what now? What now? The stupid motorist law. That's it. That's it. Stupid motorist law. Isn't it like $500 or something? You get rescued? Isn't it a $500 fine or something like that? I can't remember what it was. Slop Hill, yes, Slop Hill as well. 100%. There is so much, like, I don't think you can do wrong. I don't think you can do wrong. Did you get a High Angel share? Yes. I think I have one on the way. I need to confirm that. But I think I have one on the way from the distillery. Lots been going on while I'm on vacation, and a lot of people are just like offering things, and like I'm delayed in saying whether I want it or not, and like because they're going through Kentucky and Tennessee, and they're like, "Do you want this?" That's like, whoops, like maybe I should have responded earlier. So I think I've got one, but I won't know until it shows up or they respond. I do know I have a Knob Creek 12-year cast strength on the way. Let's see if you just say it. I mean, like I said, I wanted to say yes. I don't know. First Blanton's Gold store pick, dude, those are money. Not just like out of your wallet money, but like good money, good. Does anyone know, do they do Blanton straight from the barrel picks? Or is that just distributed? I don't know. Maybe they didn't and now they will. That's one of those things they're going to open up. I don't know. But let me know if you know. Proof Chaser, are you saying that you are you offering? Is that what you're doing? Are you offering? Mm? Uh? Uh? Dude, still, seriously, Proof Chaser. One, thanks for being here. I love all of the creator support that I get. It's been absolutely amazing. Between Joe and Steve and Zona, it's been absolutely awesome. I love everyone that participates in the bourbon community in general, as well as supports all of the creators. But I especially love, well, my subscribers. Thank you so much. But I especially love the relationships and friendships that I'm building as part of the creator community, that has been, and I always thought it was like, oh, you have to get in with these people to get access to a lot of the bottles and stuff like that. And at this point, I could care absolutely less about any of that. And it is so much more about like having fun, supporting each other, and like having creative ideas together, and just like being able to have that outlet of people that understand kind of like what you're going through sometimes. And like I just love that. It is so awesome. And that's what I love about being part of the creator community. It has nothing to do with, getting bottles or whatever. It has nothing to do with any of that. And the thing I love the most about it is just the friendships that I'm building, and there's that camaraderie, and like I'm loving, that's my favorite part about it so far. Like it's just so awesome. Because like if I want a bottle, I'm just gonna go buy the bottle. Let's be real. Like you guys have seen, like there's nothing that stops me from getting, you know, if I want it, I'm going to find a way to get it. But like, so none of that matters. And it's like having people that understand the process, and like the mental turmoil that we put ourselves through and stuff, like analyzing things, coming up with ideas, doing the edits, like just having people that understand that. Like, Chris and Kat from Browning Over Bourbon were like the first people that I got connected with on that. And they were like, they saved my absolute butt because I was going insane about things. And, I'm finally like, I've got a hang of it now, but like at the very, very beginning, they absolutely saved me from myself. And I'll be forever indebted to them for that. Oh, 100%. 100% Zona. Oh my gosh. Like just being able to like message someone and be like, dude, because we all realize that as creators, not not every video is going to do well, right? If you have this notion that every video is going to do well, like you're insane. But yet, but yet, like a sickness, you upload and it comes time and it doesn't do well, and you're like, what do you mean? Why didn't it do well? What's going on? Like, and you start freaking out, like you didn't expect that could happen. And it's like, this is a sickness. This is an absolute sickness. I, what do you mean the video didn't do well? Besides Black and Gold Pick, I got Jack Daniel's single barrel proof from 113. That's Coy Hill. 113 is Coy Hill. Russell Zero store pick. Almost 10 years. Old Hurt new 11 year in the last 12-year releases. Very nice. That was expensive though. I mean, I'm guessing that store pick was probably at least 75, 80 bucks. The barrel proof should have been anywhere between 55 and $65, in my opinion. Back to my 13th Colony Symphony. I have not even gotten to review the one that I've got. I've got it sitting at home. I haven't even gotten to review it yet. Just goes to show you. I've got so much stuff at home to review. It's not even funny. I have a question for a lot of you seasoned content creators here. Have you ever heard of Cowboy Country Distilling out of Pinedale, Wyoming? Have you ever heard of it? And if you have, tell me what your experiences are. Joe, 127.9, bud. It's really good. Wish you got to share it more. Hell yeah, we do. You know how wild, this would be? But the thing is, we can't just do a live stream. We have to shake it up. We got to do something different. If you guys haven't been seeing kind of stuff that I'm all about disrupting. I'm all about disrupting this stuff a little bit right now. We're thinking about what we can do different, but our live would have to be something. We have to figure out a way that can make it super, super fun, but also challenging, right? Because we can just show up on a live stream, and we could just phone it in, because we could just sit there, talk, and drink, and it's like every other live stream. We got to figure it out how we can shake it up to make people want to watch it, and to make people like waiting to see it because of the stuff that we're doing. Like, we got to have a think tank. Like, we got to think about it. Like, we got to do some stuff to shake it up, because honestly, the market is getting shaken up with as much Weller and stuff that's out there and things like that. Like, people are not watching content the same way that they're shopping, right? Like, they'll still watch the allocated stuff, but they're so budget conscious, and they want to focus on being able to ensure that they've got value for money. And like, we need to be on theme with that. And just I know, oh gosh, I just came up with a great idea. It's kind of like a blend. No, I can't say it here. Well, I'll be in touch. What up? Travis, what up? How you doing, bud? Thanks for being here. Oh, it is my bedtime. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear it go ding, ding, ding? Dude, thank you. Seriously, thank you so much for being here. Really, really. See, the value for money is a hot topic. What's new? What's new with you, Travis? What are you doing? What are you cooking up? What are you doing, man? Want to know? To me, interesting store picks have taken over a lot in the past few months. Obviously, allocated those. Yeah, I mean, if you saw, I don't know if you all saw, Bonding Over Bourbon's video at, what is it? Gosh dang it. At Sprayberry. That right there, where they are seeing like, how can I get some of the best store picks, some of the things with the highest quality, trusting the people that made the picks, getting all of those. The store picks are slowly becoming the allocated thing, if that makes sense. The way the market is changing, like, the highly sought after stuff is going to be the best picks. Like, that's what I feel like is coming. Like, I feel like this is a huge momentum swing for craft. Like, craft distilleries coming out with like either single barrels of their own, or partnering with organizations, channels, et cetera, so forth. This is going to get really loud here. I need to turn off this air conditioning. Otherwise, you guys aren't going to be able to hear me at all. 1 second. Oh. Oh. Hopefully it's good enough. But I feel like, yeah, craft has a huge opportunity. Craft and NDPs have a huge opportunity to kind of like really cement like the quality and value. And that's why I also have been like super delaying ever doing a like a barrel pick, is because I kind of want to see like where this goes. Like I've seen a lot of a lot of stuff coming from like Appalachian Barrel Company. I've seen a lot of stuff coming from, I mean, obviously short barrel's always been kind of, crazy cool. But, Appalachian Barrel Company, I suppose Dream Spirits. What else? Anyways, there's been some stuff that's been coming out that's been like crazy. Let's see here. And then you look at pre-COVID numbers and now see what it is to get a true reading of this decline, a certain percentage increase. Yeah, I mean, there's also like this like I don't know. From what I understand, people are still buying at a very, very similar pace. I can't remember where I'll have to go find the article. But from what I'm understanding is that people are still fairly much buying at the same pace. It's just where that's coming from is flipping as far as like where they're buying it. Like we know that in the Americas, that the legacy distillers are still like having a huge pullback, right? I think that's more of a quality offering, a quality standpoint, an offering variety standpoint, and value standpoint that people are having, that are like people are going after there. That's why we're seeing that. It's a lot of people were buying the value things from legacy distilleries because they couldn't get the allocated stuff. But now that they either can get the allocated stuff or have chosen that they don't want, because they've had the value, quote unquote value, they're choosing to get their quality and value from NDPs and craft distilleries. And it's crazy to see that flip. I mean, I think it's going to force legacy to either come out with more variety, higher quality. I mean, I think you're going to see some massive age statements coming from legacy distilleries. I think you're going to see them really putting in a push to start saying like, you want this, this is what you want. And then they'll pull it back again in 4 or 5 years. Because, I saw a thing that showed, the ebb and flow, and we're definitely we're down in that. And it happens, like, it took longer this time than it did pre-COVID, but we're definitely in that bottom of the parabola. Dream Spirits, Appalachian Barrel Company, killing. Absolutely. I have a I have a Dream Spirits. Have you guys heard of Cease and Desist? I'm telling, Buffalo Trace just need to start double oaking their stuff, and it is really, really, like, really, really good. My God. Because it's basically what we have. The Cease and Desist is basically double oaked Blantons. It is really good at only 90 proof. Crazy good. Yeah, somebody hearing anything. I don't know what a good craft bottle. Absolutely. There are so many, like, don't get me wrong. If I can just get these, I'm still gonna buy them. But I don't feel like I don't need this because of all of the craft and NDP stuff. I don't need this. I still like it, but I don't need it, right? Because if I don't have a choice between either, then I'm gonna go with what I know. But I know better now. Like I'll go get something. I can go get something for 70, $80 that I know is going to crush, and I'm so happy about that. Ellie's are going to grow 100%. Yeah, I mean, the thing is with do we think with NDPs, with NDPs rising, which like we obviously they already are kind of rising, with MGP and their sales absolute decline that's happening. I wonder if I wonder if they all bought, and so they just don't need to buy anymore, and they're hedging on that, or if they're going with different distillate. Do you think that they're getting access to legacy distillate, or they're just going somewhere else? I wonder. That's what I'm wondering, because NDPs know that they have a distinct opportunity from a value standpoint. I don't know what that decline signals from MGP. Let's see here. Broughton Street in Savannah. I would have to ask Proof Chaser to tell me about that. It's like, Proof Chaser, you got a video on that? I'll go get a preview. More craft stuff. I'm really enjoying the Bourbon. And the comment about Old Dominic. Absolutely, Old Dominic. Old Dominic has always kind of been crushing, though. Like, it's not like Old Dominic is new. I think a lot of people are getting turned on to Old Dominic, and that's what's new. But there is nothing new about Old Dominic crushing it, because they always have been. Like, it has been hot, always. And she was letting 20-year-olds that were dumped down the door for nothing. I am letting 20 to 25-year-olds that were dumped left and walk out the door for nothing. Jesus Christ. Absolutely. Not doing the whole night, but hotel TVs always have the most random stuff. Should I sit out in the background? I could just turn around. I could just turn around and I could just turn around and have my TV there, but there's not a lot of room. They don't provide you a chair. Well, I mean, there's one back there, but it would be really weird. Return to world. 10.5 year wild turkey cast strength. See, I've been seeing a couple of these from Appalachian and Dream Spirits, where I don't know where these barrels lived, that these are still 100, the other one was 100. This is 107 proof at cast strength. I want to know where these lived. Like, did they live their entire life at Wild Turkey and come out at 100 and 107 proof? Because that's wild for cast strength. Because I mean, if you can get a 100 proof cast strength, then that you can call it bottled and bond if you wanted to, I guess. Like, that'd be kind of cool. Readers repeal 15-year and 100 proof when there's 13-year-olds. Wow. Yeah. There's legacy on the brown market, not great, but pricing is so darn good. If you have room, they are buying. Really? See, I don't know anything about like the barrel market itself. I wish I knew more about that. And that's also like one of the things about me doing a barrel pick is like I don't know, like for me, like I want to get the best value for money for everyone that's buying it. And even then it's like I need to make sure that I'm buying enough that as many people as possible can get a hold of it. And that's the hard time I'm racking my brain over. Like that's the hard part. Because I know that like barrels should be cheap right now. And I know that. Like, but I know I could also probably go to MGP and be like, you got like a 2-for-1 special, man, because like you're not selling a lot. All right, cool. Look out for Telnua. I will look out for Telnua. I will do that. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate. I hope you had a great time. I didn't. I can't wait to catch up with you about about your time last night. It looked like people had a great time, but I'm just glad everyone had fun. Everyone was safe and everything. I only like it just because the Legacy does have so many barrels that they have to move some to MDPs. I just, man. Next year, Old Dom will not longer be. Oh, no way. So what? So do they become a legacy or do they just become a distillery? Does it depend on how long they've been doing it? Makes them legacy? So they just become a distillery, not craft distillery. Let's see here. Let's go went from 95 proof to 150. Oh my god. 155 proof? Holy crap. If the barrel code says CER on the Appalachian Barrel Company, it came from Camp Nelson. If not, it's Tyrone. That is good information. Oh, that is really good information. Now I'm gonna have to be looking at a bunch of Appalachian Barrel Company. Saw 2 barrel and the entire time, but way off profile for the most part. There's a team that got 15 of them from 95 to 105 proof, 101 proof. Here, for instance, if you buy energy from energy, they'll store it for pennies up on the dollar, charge it for someone else. So if you're buying it, so if you buy the barrel, they'll store it like cheap. But if you contract distill it through them, or if you buy it from the person that they contracted it through, price goes up. It'll just be moved classification. So they're basically just a distillery. Just a distillery. Hey, I see. If I were to do things, I would be doing the like Barrel King kind of model where I just source stuff and blend it and come up with fun stuff. But the way I would do it would be like the car sales volume model. I'm just going to sell as many as I can for as cheap as I can. That's how I would do it. Versus, Barrel King does kind of like a select amount at a certain number, which is fine. It's still good. It's just it's a hard value proposition for a lot of people. So I would take the opposite. I'd be like, I'm going to blend it all together and make something that's really, really good. But I want to try and sell it to as many people as possible for as cheap as I can. That's how I would do it. I should come up with like Robin Robin Hood Distillery. Maybe that's what I should call it, like Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves Distilling. Can't find Appalachian Barrel Company here in Central Florida. You should be able to. You could probably find like online through. Probably just. I mean, I'm sure there's. Start with High Proof in California. See what they've got. No, the old. That's what he is. That's why it's so good. Jesus, I didn't know that. Whoa. I didn't know that. That's amazing to know. Now I'm gonna have to get even more Old Dominic. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Trav Daddy. Appreciate it. Thanks, bud. I mean, everyone that's had it knows that Old Dominic's good. So I mean, I don't. It's like not like we're letting anybody in on a secret of Old Dominic's good. Just now, I know why it's so good. That makes complete sense. No, Martinez, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your support. I hope you're enjoying yourself. I agree because it's hard to drop like 200 per month for one bottle after paying for the subscription. Well, you pay for the subscription, it gets you one bottle. Just so you just like I don't know if that's a misconception. Like that'll get you one bottle. And then you can pay for others, but it's 100 and I think 145, 125 a month for the subscription, and you get one bottle included with that. The problem is they come out with like 2-3 bottles each time, which is ingenious because they're like, oh, and you already got a free bottle, so maybe you should just buy another one. Like it's ingenious marketing. Like I love that. But again, I would like to do the same kind of thing, and maybe Travis knows a thing or two. Maybe I need to find a way that like I don't want to do just a barrel pick. Like who says that it needs to be a barrel pick? What if we did a blend pick? Find like a value blend. We just call it the highly allocated problems value blend #1 and try and deliver that thing as cheap as possible for as many people as possible. That's what I'm all about. Like that would be fun. Like we could like I would love for other creators to get in on it too. So we could have like a value pick creation like shootout, like who can create the highest quality with the most amount of access for as cheap as possible. That would be the challenge. Instead of like, going and getting a Russell's pick or, whatever. Like, how fun would that be? Like, I just need, I just need, I just need to figure out or have people that can get access that can help like fund it and make it happen and or organize it because I don't have the knowledge, like I don't have the experience to make that happen. But how cool, who says that it needs to be a single barrel? Nothing says it needs to be a single barrel. Like let's come up with like the YouTube whiskey tube creator blendathon of like value mix. Like come on, like this is what we should be doing. Oh. Enjoy it, please. Absolutely. Janet Martinez, shout out from No Martinez, and shout out from me. Thank you so much for all of your support. I really appreciate it. Make sure Janet, make sure you give No some credit for getting a shout out for you. Talent Liquors Online has 2 application barrel. What it is, one is a 992 wall turkey barrel at 125. There's 120 rule. See, this is what I love. Proof Chaser hooking it up. Alan, there it is. There you go. Boom. You got I don't know all those things, but thank God I know people that do. Thank you so much. God dang. I love this community. I love it. And the Rockies, King's family distillery, let's just say they aren't afraid of fishes. They also know where to get the best barrels. King's family distillery. I'm going to remember that. I'm going to keep on looking. I will be shopping. I'm going to take your word on that. I'm going to do some shopping. Travis says, hey, I'm going to put it to the test. And you know I'm going to put that online. You know I'm going to. Thank you. See, I'm always thinking about like, how can we do, like, just like there's the ebb and flow of the bourbon market, we as creators should be, we should be like doing the, like also doing stuff different to ebb and flow. Because otherwise we're just doing the same thing all the time. And I want to have fun, because what inspired this is it's all fun. Like, it's not like I'm not having fun. I want to clarify that. It's not like I'm not having fun. I am absolutely having fun, mainly because a lot of the people that I'm involved with and hanging out with. But from a content standpoint, it was like a month or so ago, I had like content creators block because I was like, what do I do? And that's what like sparked my head, where it's like, I've got to think about things differently. I can't keep doing more of the same and expecting like always better results. We have to shake it up. I have to do something different. And I have to like always think about like their customer, right? You know, if you have ever worked in a customer service kind of either industry or a business that has a customer service focus, you got to think about what your customer would want, right? And there's certainly like times where it's like I'm celebrating for myself. So like, does my customer ultimately want to see stuff about like the like the highly expensive stuff? Well, there's certainly customers of mine that want to see that, but it's probably not the majority of customers. So like, I'll do it for me because I enjoy that, but I have to be mindful that like all my content can't be that, even though like I do have to say I have highly allocated problems, which I do. So I got to keep up with that. Otherwise, I have to change my YouTube name to like somewhat highly allocated problems. And then as it slowly dwindles down to like not really highly, I don't want to go there. But I just think about like, what would people want to see? What would people be entertained by? Because ultimately, there's people here for education and there's people for entertainment, right? And it's really kind of like two sides of the coin. They're either here to be entertained or they want to know something. And so I want to try and at least give people a little bit of both. And like, I think that's ultimately what I'm going for. King's family. I tried this. Dan, I did. How many pours did I have at that time? I'll try it again. At least 6 bucks in the last 2 years. Really? Used to be allocated problems. No, it's just problems. I'm just going to rename my channel to I Got Problems. That would be great. Welcome to I Got Problems. Doesn't ring. It doesn't have the ring. Doesn't have the ring. Welcome to welcome to Problems. That'd be great. That would be great. All right, what's everybody drinking? Everybody tell me. What are you drinking? You guys already know what I'm drinking. I only have this one bottle I brought in. I have a bunch, but I wasn't about to like try and haul a bunch of stuff in. It was already like I booked the wrong date for this hotel for today because I caught in that trap where you're Googling when you're going to check in or want to get a hotel room, and so it instantly finds the cheapest rate for that hotel at a date that you're not intending to stay there. And so I mistakenly booked that date instead. And so I showed up here and they're like, sorry, we don't got you. You're not here. You're not staying here tonight. So at the end of the day, I had to pay to stay here tonight again. And then I got to figure out how to cancel that other date. Oh, well. Is this thing still working? Was it still working? I need to get better. I need to get better at social media. I need to get better on social media. I am not putting enough effort. I'm not doing enough diverse content on social media, and I need to get better at that. I need to commit to doing better about growing my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I need to get better at that. I am so lackluster at that. I need to do better. I like there's such an untapped it's like such an untapped resource. I think the thing for me in my brain and my ADHD makes me feel like it's something new because you'd have to kind of do a different style of content, or I need to be able to take the content that I create and make something new, and put it on there so that way it's not getting the same content in every space. And I think in my head that's like too much in my head, and so my brain just kind of shuts that off. I do not have a Discord. I've been told that maybe I should, but I put a poll out. I think it was around 1,000 subscribers, and like basically everyone was like, "There's already too many Discord stuff. You don't need it." And I think the same thing with Patreon. Or I was like, "All right, cool. I just won't do one." I just had some Old McBrayer 8-year 119. If you haven't had any of this, Cedar Brook Old McBrayer or the Judge from the Seeked Out. Ooh, I may have had an Old McBrayer. Dan may have given me a sample. If not, I will prioritize finding that. Rizzle, what up, dude? How's it going? How you doing? What are you drinking? What's everybody drinking? Please tell me I'm not the only one drinking here. Because that's oof. Oof. Virginia just got the 8-year and 10-year recoveries. Nice. Did who got in on Murder of Crows, I wonder? Did anyone get in on Reveries Murder of Crows? And who's looking forward to it? Because I am. I actually have The Raven, and I'm waiting for Murder of Crows and stuff that I'm going to do kind of like I did for the the Exodus Rye and the Night Stalker Bourbon from the Bourbon Junkies. I'm kind of do them kind of at the same time and compare them a little bit. And I don't think I want to separate those videos. I think that's just like phoning it in and saying like, oh, I can make more content by separating these videos. People want to be able to see, in my opinion, they want to see the same thing and know in the same video rather than having to try and find more videos. That's just the way my brain works. I'd rather give them all of it at the same time. Let me know if you think the same, if not, but that's the way I thought about doing it. I could always pivot, but Jeff, if you entered a blind tasting competition with other whiskey reviewers and can only bring a sub $50 bottle, what would you bring to try and beat their allocated premium entries? Huh. I entered a blind tasting competition with other whiskey reviewers and I can only bring a sub $50 bottle. What bottle would you bring to try and beat their allocated premium entries? So, just to understand, Captelli, they're all bringing premium stuff, and I get to bring something that is like cheap, and that's how that's going. Just I want to get confirmation because it's an interesting quandary. So I'm going up against all of their big dogs, and I get a pup. Let's see here. I need a sub $50 bottle. Hmm. Out the gate, I'm thinking I'm going. Dan Turry is going to be like saying like there's something craft that I should be thinking of. I would say just out the gate, there's two bottles that I'm thinking of. One is not going to surprise anybody, not going to surprise a single person, and that would be unrestricted. Cat's Eye Distillery, unrestricted, $29.99. That would be my number one pick. Okay, great. I'm glad I was thinking like yeah. Yep. Yep. There you go. Bingo. So that's what I would start at. And then I was thinking of sub $50. I mean, I'd probably go Old Grandad 114 single barrel after that. Because the reason I would say I would do that is because it's likely going to resonate with others in that crew reviewing it that it's a legacy distillery, like fairly good age, got a good proof point. No, I'd have to make sure I found the best single barrel I could find. Like it's either that or, um, man, the sub $50 is the thing that gets me. Uh, Sub $50. Yeah, I'm probably going with unrestricted is going to be my primary. I think I'm gonna. I think I'm going unrestricted. Then Old Granddad, or I could always go with Evan Williams, 250th single barrel. That would be a good one. I mean, there's always. Well, they're not sub $50. I was gonna say I could do a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye or whiskey. Um, I bet you. Travis, unrestricted is this, it's that stuff. It is, it's a Tennessee distillery, so it's contracted by Cat's Eye. Unrestricted is 7-year bottled and bond wheated bourbon. Silver Springs. Oh, is that sub $50 though? Isn't that, is it, I mean, are they all sub 50? That, I think that's where I don't know if they're all sub $50. I think does that depend on, I mean, who says? Who says how much it costs? I guess, is it the store or how much I say it costs? How much I bought one for? Is that what sets the mark? I, you know what? Are there any Silver Springs over 130 proof? Are there any hazmat Silver Springs? I, but I also haven't seen a ton because we don't get them in Iowa. So the only time I see them is if they're on secondary, for the most part. And the highest I've seen is like, I think a 127. I think that's where all I've seen. They make 130, they make 131. They make 131 and 132 is the highest. Huh. That'd be a great, that's a great pick. I'd like value for money. Wow. That is a that's a baller value for money pick. I bet you at 127 proof, I bet you it's probably a good like 180 to 200 bottle yield too. I bet you it's really good. I bet you that's a like tremendous value. Alan, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a great night. I know that if you're in Florida, man, it's late. You can go get some sleep, man. um, a good reader single barrel pick is right at 50, I think. I know that all of the Green River, just a single barrel pick. The weeded single barrel picks that have been cast strength that I've seen have been more expensive than $50. How many bottles you taking home? Are you talking about from, my trip, or are we talking about if I could get one of these other things that we're talking about? If we're talking about my trip, actually not that many. I actually only ended up getting like, I don't know, maybe 10 bottles, and 2 of them are E.H. Taylor barrel proof that I just stumbled upon. I stumbled on a 2023 E.H. Taylor barrel proof, 131.1 proof. Like, how is that still sitting around? I mean, but it was in Fort Collins. It was not in Denver or in uh, Colorado Springs. So maybe that's it. But like, I still couldn't believe it because like I was expecting to see it was this one 127.9, and they said, oh, it's 131.1, and I had to sit and think about it. I was like, that's like 2023, 2024. But you need to look at GWK Golden Rye, as dark with same mash bill and similar proof. Those Silver Spring single barrels are gone now, unless No way. Travis, are you serious? First of all, Travis, the amount of knowledge you have about this stuff is so impressive. My God. Like, I wish I could just sit and pick your brain for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and days. I really wish I could. Like, this little intricate, like, tidbits of knowledge that you have are just wild. It's so impressive. And I so appreciate you sharing it with us. That's another thing. Um, Silver Spring single barrels are gone 3 more years. That is so. What you're saying is, if you have Silver Springs Rise, to hold on to them. I mean, I want to drink all of mine, but that means the value of a Silver Springs Rye is going to just go insane, especially if it's 127, 128, 129, 130 proof. By the way, if anyone has 130, 131 proof, 132 proof Silver Springs Rye, I will do things to acquire that. But I do JW Kelly Golden Rye. I'm going to look that up. Yeah. Same. Like the picks I've seen usually around $70. Um, I think from their foolproof and weeded, they're really trying to compete with Bardstown in that area. That's the impression that I get. That's kind of where they're going after, or I guess who their main competition in those spaces is Bardstown. It feels like. Just wanting sales happening more and more. It comes straight from them, the person that, or the person that knows. That is crazy. Crazy to know. Holy crap. So you're saying I should hoard anytime I see a Silver Springs Rye available at a good value, I should buy it. And that's what everybody else should do. Is that like that's the sentiment we're getting here, right? Is that if you see a Silver Springs Rye, buy, hold, because there ain't more coming for years. What's Silver Spring? I mean, I don't know what else Silver Springs offers. To know how do they like? There's like, you know what? We're just gonna just chill for 3 years, just distilling more. Just obviously they're gonna distill, but like, what are they gonna do? What else do they offer? I don't know. Like, if this doesn't prove that I am still like super new in this whole industry, that this should be it. Where I'm just like I only know Silver Springs offers Silver Springs Sweet Rye. What else do they offer? Like, I'm not one of those like if you're expecting to like get the knowledge like Travis has here of like the education of each distillery and things, I don't got it. I don't got it. What I bring is hopefully an entertaining way and a more like real and like realistic, personable way of reviewing and presenting this stuff. Then like, you know, that's my aim, is just to feel like I'm one of the guys at your club or one of your friends helping review these things. And that's what I'm hoping that people get, like the vibe that people get. And it's also the same thing why like I don't really sell anything. I just give stuff away. Like I don't sell anything. I just give things away. But I hope that that's what people feel like, and like that people have fun watching my content because of that. Like, I'm just trying to have a good time and help people. JW Kelly and Silver Springs are the same brand, different label. Perfect. So what you said. J.W. Kelly Golden Rye, not as dark, but same mash bill and similar proof. So do they do J.W. Kelly Golden Rye picks? Do they do single barrels of that in the same manner that they do the Silver Springs Free Rye? They have J.W. Silver Springs Rye's NP is in Chattanooga. They have bourbons under the J.W. Kelly label, low proof, double oaked, and finished, distilled in Texas, all less than $65. Terrific. That's what I'm talking about. The Silver Springs Rye is just amazing, but I need someone to try and tell me where I can find 130, 131, 132 proof JW or Silver Springs Rye, because I need that in my life immediately. Immediately. Pleased to be locating and providing. Yes, they do the Golden Rye picks. Prime Barrel did one a month ago. Good to know. But see, I also didn't know. I didn't know that. Looking at a Golden Rye, I wouldn't know that that's the same thing. So now that I know that, now that I know what I'm looking for. Tommy Empty the Trash guy sounds like a nut. Proof chaser. I'm phoning in the proof chaser. I'm phoning him in. Where are you at? Welcome, Tommy. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Thank you so much for being here. If NGP suddenly stops selling their aged bourbon rye to NDPs, which source bourbon brand on the market do you think would shut down the fastest? Well, their brands. All their brands. All of theirs. God, who's the biggest user of MGP, you think? I mean, for the most part, like, I don't think a lot of people use as much straight MGP anymore. Obviously, Old Fourth Distillery, who's short part of Short Barrel, all their bourbon is MGP. So I mean, like, that would probably crush them. But gosh, MGP is more blended in these days than just straight MGP. I don't think it would absolutely crush anyone other than MGP themselves. It might, like, I don't know. I don't think it's going to crush anyone. Honestly, if they stop using MGP, they'll create something new. They'll source from somebody else, and because you can immediately just, like, if MGP stops doing stuff, then those get stuff from Green River. If they'll just get from Green River. They'll get it from, God, why is the name escaping me? In South Carolina. God, why is it High Wire? Is it High Wire? Is that what I'm thinking of? Because there's if MGP were to go away, if MGP were to go away, like there's some people that would be hurt because they would have to acquire barrels from somewhere else, and that would maybe take time and cost them a lot of money. But the only time it would like destroy a company is that like they're all primarily sourced from MGP, and that would be all of MGP's companies. Everybody else, I think, could pivot and be all right. But I think most people would be going Green River, Bardstown. Those two would be where they're immediately, like if they were in panic, if they were in just straight panic mode, they would probably go to Green River or Bardstown and get it. That's what my opinion would be. And I don't think, like I said, I don't think it would crush anyone except for MGP because everyone else can do something different. Because at that point, it's like it wouldn't be any like everyone would know why every other company stopped using MGP, right? So everybody else has an excuse where it's like I've previously using MGP to make this blend or this product or whatever, and then all of a sudden I'm no longer using it, and everyone would know why if MGP just like wasn't doing anything anymore and just couldn't sell, stopped selling, whatever. Not to mention the reality of MGP like not making it or whatever. Well, that would just be there'd just be a liquidation of all those assets, and then even more of those barrels would be sold, so people would have MGP anyways. So one way or another, everyone's getting the MGP that they want, either for sale or through estate sale. Bardstown is not making the right move, promoting more of their where Green River crushes Bardstown. Just like, do you think so, Travis? Here's my question: Is do you think there is a marked difference between OZ Tyler that people use as a marketing term, even though it's it's literally just aged Green River? Like, do you think using the OZ Tyler name being the same stuff, just the current old stuff, is going to be a fad? Because the thought that I had was if I was Green River and I was smart, right? If I still had the OZ Tyler name that I could use, I would set up an OZ Tyler barrel company, quote unquote, as an arm or extension of Green River. And then I would transfer my Green River as things hit a certain age. We'll call them aging out, right? We'll call it that. I would transfer them to the OZ Tyler Barrel Company. And then they acquired them. And so now you're acquiring OZ Tyler. Like, that'd be really smart for Green River to sell a bunch of more stuff. RJ, dude, you know what? Thanks for reminding me. I'm going to have some more. I'm going to have some more of this. We have some more of this here hotel bourbon. Delicious. The next 10 days, though, Jesus. I don't know if I could survive 10 days in a hotel. I don't know how I could do it. That reminds me, I'm going to go back to that OZ Tyler thing, but someone was telling me the other day that someone was displaced because of a fire and dealing with insurance, and they had stayed in a hotel room covered by the insurance company, by the way, while the insurance company also delayed rebuilding their house from a fire for a year and a half. Can you imagine living in a hotel for a year and a half? Absolute insanity. J-Boog. Also, they had 3 mash bills in bourbon with Ryan. Whenever took it over, it was fine, but focused on the 20% mash bill, 16. Oh, okay. So the OZ Tyler can be like remarkably different depending on which mash bill OZ Tyler we're talking about versus the Green River mash bill. So that transition effectively marked, the Green River mash bill. Like, that's okay. Okay. All right. See, this is all stuff that I just don't know. Okay. See, I just don't know these things. Like, I'm also not one of those people that like I have to know like all of like I know that this is Buffalo Trace Mash Bill 1. I do not know the history of all of those things. I don't know the history of E.H. Taylor whatsoever. I know that E.H. Taylor is the tall bottle that comes in the tube and that this is the barrel proof version, but it's Mash Bill 1. Like, yeah, I care about like what the mash bill is and the age and things like that. And like I care about those things. But like as far as the history goes, like like I'm glad there is a history behind it. But I don't obsess over those kinds of things. Like it's like I probably a blessing in one way and an extreme curse in another because I look for being on whiskey tube doing things like people are like he doesn't know, this guy doesn't know crap. I'm like, nope, I don't. I know his name is Colonel E.H. Taylor. And I'm sure he did great things. Maybe I need to go to Buffalo Trace and just go through that tour, the E.H. Taylor tour. I'm cursed to trying to know as much as I can about what I can because I'm trying to keep on. I've been into whiskey at all since 2001. Whoa, that's crazy. What? How do you went 41 years of not consuming anything, or you took your first drink of you had other things, but you took your first bourbon at 41 years old? That's not a single thing. And you started with bourbon? Like you never even stole like you never even took like a little bit of like wine cooler? Did you have Zima? Did you have a Zima? Your parent, when you weren't supposed to? Wine cooler? Boone's Farm? Nothing? Didn't sneak a schluck? That's impressive. If that's the case, that's truly impressive. That's insane, man. Wow. Well, one, props to you for the amount of self-control and the easily thwarting peer pressure. I'm not, I'm not easily influenced by peer pressure, but man, going through all of that in life and not having a single drink of anything is wild. Props to you though. Good gosh. I went like I saw my friends, families and stuff because my parents are absolutely not big drinkers whatsoever. Like barely at all. But like we'd go to parties and stuff and I'd see like I said, like I think Zima was like the first thing that I was like, ooh, I want that. I really want to try that. Man, totally, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, again, also, yeah, props to your friends that were like, dude, you're a loser, you're a loser for not wanting to drink. They just like you had a lot of good friends, people that respected your opinions and your desires. That's really great. Ouch. Oh man, 500 bottles is a lot. That's a lot. I thought I had a lot. You've definitely got more. You definitely got more. You definitely got more. Travis, what's so now today after 500 bottles? What's your favorite bottle? Tell. I'm gonna. A lot of people ask me. I want to know what's your favorite bottle. What's your favorite, absolute favorite pour? Coin collecting. Hey, at least you could probably like use the coin collection to fund the fund the bourbon collecting. The problem is that the latter one may not fund the next obsession. But I want to know, oh, like Zona. I want to know. Same thing for you, Zona. I want to know out of everything that you've got or have had, what is your absolute favorite? To this day, there's not a pour that if you had an option that like this would be the one that you have to have. I'd love to know. Selling the record collection to fund the bourbon collection. RJ, I would say if you're not like, it depends on how fully committed you are and what sentimental value the record collection has. I sold like when I just before I got married and moved, I sold like my Magic the Gathering collection because it had zero sentimental value. So I could easily just get rid of it, and so it had no sentimental value to me. So I wonder if there's sentimental value. So the contemplation would be, if there's sentimental value there or not. Because if it's not, then that's an easy decision. Travis says that's hard. Sentimental. It has to be the first bottle my wife bought for me. Your wife, your wife bought you a GTS. I got it. My wife's asleep right now. Otherwise, I'd call her ass right now and be like, "What are you doing? Make me buy all my own bottles." Jesus Christ. Overall experience: Jack Daniels small batch Coy Hill. Is that? Was it like in the 2024 release 750, or was that one of those little 375s that was 155.1 proof? I need to know because I have never had a 155.1 Coy Hill. I've never even had the Coy Hill like the 2024 release. I've never even had it. So I don't know what I'm missing. I have a hazmat Tanyard Hill rye, but I have no idea. Like I don't know what the hype is about the Coy Hill because I've never had one. So I don't know whether I should be obsessed and be hunting and spend the money or whether it's just like, meh, whatever. Hmm. Doesn't okay. Well, I mean, Zona, it can change. It's just to this point, like, what's the one? If you had like to say like this is the absolute best thing, and like you would go back to it and have that. You could only have one. You're going to be deserted on an island, and they will give you any bottle. Which one is it? Don't recommend collecting the two things that take the most space in the house. Ooh, Zona. Tell me some of the things that you have unopened because I have a lot of unopened things as well. I mean, I've got a ton that are unopened. Um, or is the things I tried? Yeah, I was actually about to say something like this: is don't buy the bottles as much as you can. Get as many. You could pay for the samples if someone wants to sell samples, or get as many samples as you can to figure out whether you should buy a bottle. That is the number one mistake people getting into this whole, we'll call it an obsession, uh, sample, get as many samples as you can and decide what you should buy from the samples. It's no fun. I understand that. Like, certainly you can still go bourbon hunting and you can still get things that you want to try. However, because of the financial implications of it, you want to be as much on point as possible for your palate and experiences, making sure that money is going to be well worth it. Otherwise, you'll have bottles. You want to avoid the regrettable purchases as much as possible because once that bottle's open, like you either feel like you're just going to have it sit there, or I don't want to say drain pour it. I don't necessarily advocate drain pouring anything, but you know then it becomes a what kind of trade value does it have open, et cetera, so forth. So whether it's going to a bar and buying a sample or buying a pour of it or getting a sample from a friend or someone that's selling samples, do that as much as possible before you commit to buying something, especially if it's an expensive bottle. Oh, 570. Jesus, my God, never mind. Yeah, the 2022 375. I I have seen pictures of those, and I've seen them going on like unicorn and on secondary for literal thousands. Uh, but I don't disagree that there's likely hype there. I just don't know because I've never even had like 125 proof Koi Hill. I don't even know. Couldn't even tell you. As far as I'm concerned, they all taste like a single barrel proof whiskey. So that's what hell yeah, I would too. The minute I got like I got a what was it? One of the I think it was like the Coy Hill special 26 special release rise. Rip that thing open. It's gone. It's gone. Many people didn't even know I had it because it's so like what's the point of doing a review of something that's like completely unobtainable at like I don't even remember how much it was worth, but I ripped that thing open and drank it. I have not gotten to try it yet. I'm still waiting on confirmation whether I've got one or not. I'm pretty sure I do, but I don't know yet. But I'm looking forward to it if I do get one. Garage toast on road. See, I can't do garage totes or anything because I've got little ones, and the little ones will get into that, and I've got not even little ones. I've got teenagers that will get into that. It's like I can't. I everything has to be locked up in my office. I got a lock on my office, and I have camera in my office. So like, there ain't no shenanigans. That's awesome. That's exactly what you should do. Um, that's exactly what you should do, Travis. Unless you want to, hook me up with something that's really cool. I'll totally take something really cool. Like, don't worry about it. Like, I feel like we're like totally friends and stuff. So, but no, that's exactly what you should do. Share it, trade it, or make sure you people take care of the people that have always taken care of you. You have all the Weller Rainbow, Tanyard Hill, EHC the Barrel Proof, Widow Jane 15, Penelope 15, Stag 25, ABC 26A. Unopened stuff I've never tried. Blanton's Gold, Blanton's Grapes and Barrel. Zoda, what are you doing? I think I'm not criticizing. I'm wondering what you're waiting for. This is a curious thing. I'm wondering if you've got that I don't want to say you're scared, but if you open some of those things that there's no value, like their value is gone. Are you one of those people where you're like, I don't really want to open it because, or are you afraid that you don't like it? I'd like to know more about why all those some of those are like terrific. See, like I have an excuse. I have like Tanyard Hill. Um, I've got a Stag 26C that's waiting for her. I don't have those open because I'm waiting to do a review of them. So like that's the way I do things. I open it and then review it. So I'm really curious as to what's stopping you. News depicts on the rye from the Coy Hill are over 10 years old. Just keep an eye out. Yeah, before these, the only 10 years these was. So are those 2020 single barrel proof ryes? Is that what you're talking about, Travis? From 2020? Ah, see, that's very, very curious. That's a very, very curious thing because, like, I guess if you know the value is potentially there, but you know that you might need the money someday, right? You're hedging on whether it's like completely understand. It's completely natural. It's like why people don't open comic books. It's why people have done like I have Legos Sorry about that, guys. I think my hotspot turned off because we hit the 2 hour mark almost. Sorry about that. I'm so sorry. But I'm back. But you also said I also never bought a bottle over Amazon Prime. Then you literally are in like value town, like for drinking. Like I could see if you spent a ton of money to acquire the bottle that you want to keep that value maintained versus like for me, instantly, if there's a bottle that I would acquire at MSRP, I whoa, like that instantly in my head, there is no like trade value or anything at that point. Like if I got it at MSRP, that some bitch is getting drank. That's instant in my head. Doesn't matter. But if I have to buy it on secondary, I know that there's that secondary value there. If I want to trade it, then that's what plays in my head as far as if I had to buy it at secondary, then I have secondary value that I'm competing with on whether I should trade it for something else or not. Versus if I buy it cheap, I'm drinking it. There's no better value that I'm going to be able to get that bottle at than MSRP. I'm drinking it. That's good. Like it's I was just really curious as far as if uh if you got samples of all the things that are unopened, if that would help push you over the edge or not. I was really curious. If Maker's Mark decided to make a rye and decided to make which least you think would be better? To just one. Mm, I feel like just given the history, like I feel also I'm biased. I think Wild Turkey would make a better. I think Wild Turkey would probably make a better weeded bourbon than would make a. I think they would make a killer one. Like the Russell family can do some crazy stuff. They know a lot. They know a lot. They've got access to a lot of stuff too. Thanks for the discussion. Go ahead and leave your name, travel safe. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Travis. Seriously, I would like Travis anytime you want to chat, talk. Like, I'd love to pick your brain about a lot of different things. So certainly come back and man, thank you so much for all of the knowledge you imparted upon us tonight. Because dang, bro, like an encyclopedia over here. Holy crap! Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Travis says the turkey would be better, so it must be right. I must have been right because Travis said so. No problem opening a bottle if I have a backup. I started that way, so I feel that if I bought a bottle of something and a backup, I felt way better about uh, the challenge that you're going to have is the whole like getting things only at MSRP. It's a challenge to get all of the same kind of things that you've got at MSRP, especially, you said a Tanyard Hill. I don't think they're not making more of those, man. I don't think you'll ever find another Tanyard Hill at MSRP. I mean, unless your distributor is holding a bunch back or your store is holding some back, but like, my gosh. Seriously, take care though, Travis. Like, thank you so much for your well wishes for my travel. Come back or reach out to me and like just would love to just talk. Absolutely, Travis is a legend. Absolute legend. We are graced by a legend. Legend's presence. Zona's going to give me Steve all of his bourbon next year. I don't believe that at all. Zona, for some reason, I feel like Zona is like also tactically aware and tactically inclined. See, $79. You're not going to find another one. Did Steve leave? Who's all here? I can't remember. Like, I can't remember how to look that all up. Did Steve leave? Is it his bedtime? I mean, it is kind of late. I should probably get to bed. I have to travel in the morning, so I should. I mean, I probably should. That means Steve probably definitely is really gone. What? I want to know why Steve. Why Steve is not allowed on Sundays. Sundays. Wait, it's Saturday, isn't it? No, it's Sunday. Steve's not allowed on Sundays. Sunday's my day. I'm gonna come after you, Steve. You and I got beef. Sunday's my day, man. You can have any other day. I'm just kidding. I don't have a day at all. I don't have a day at all. I just whenever I'm available to stream, I stream. That's how it works. Which is probably why I don't have a very big following of my lives, because they're like, I don't even know when he's going to be around. Also, it's weird drinking out of a bottle because it all gets stuck in my mustache, my beard. Tasty treat for later, though. He's gone. See, this is a young man's game. We can pull all nighter if we want to right here. Just not that I'm like a super young man, but oh, I love Cap Tally's got come up with these terrific questions. Hypotheticals. If you took over Buffalo Trace tomorrow, would you completely eliminate the allocation system and raise MSRP to match true secondary market prices? I'd keep the current system as is and just pump up production so much that there is no allocation system. Plus, secondary is coming down to MSRP almost anyways. It's like $10 is like secondary price. There is basically no like, but I would just pump out production so much that there wouldn't be a secondary market for my stuff. Because once you do that for long enough, because if Buffalo Trace would just flood the market for a few years, there would basically be very, very little secondary market. And then if I wanted to, if I were a complete bunghole, then you could pull it back and raise prices and reduce distribution. And then you could create this, you could just start this hype thing all over again. But just me, if I was running Buffalo Trace, I want everyone, and I mean everyone, to have all of our products at all times. Like, if someone says I can't get it here, then I'm calling that state's distributor or whatever. I'm figuring out why. because they have no problem. They have no problem producing enough stuff. It's not a problem. They've got plenty aging, and they're making more every day. But like, yeah, their stupid system. There's no good way of like doing it. Like, but if you put out enough stuff, you can just eliminate. You can just eliminate it. You can eliminate the secondary market. Like, the only reason the secondary market exists is because of accessibility of the products. Not This is the same reason why I depend on the secondary market for living in Iowa. I don't have access to probably a good 85% of the entire like market releases, right? That's what creates the secondary market, is a lack of access. That's it. If you make it accessible to everyone everywhere, then it's just a distribution volume. If people know they're going to be able to get it, you don't have to necessarily like always be like flooding the market. But once you get to the point where people can just get it, like it should going to get your product, whatever, no matter what product it is, should feel like going to the store and buying a loaf of bread or a gallon of milk. Yeah, the prices may vary depending on the market and stuff like that, but they're still there on the shelf. And that's the way it should feel. That's the way it should be. There should not be. Can you imagine if there was an allocation for milk? Can you imagine if there was an allocation for eggs? I mean, we almost got there with like the egg shortage stuff, I suppose. But like if it's just there, the price can vary. It doesn't matter. Like as long as people can just buy it, like the price can go up and down with the market. It's fine because you know you can go and get it consistently. Need to start releasing all of their bottles of cast strength. I mean, as an offering, I mean, for the most part, I think for the most part they kind of do. I mean, mash bill 1, 2, and they have a foolproof rye. I mean, Thomas H. Handy technically is cast strength, right? Can't remember if it is, or Sazerac rye is cast strength. So they technically do release everything in cast strength. It's just whether it's available to you is whether it is or not. But they do, and they cast strength Blanton's, cast strength E.H. Taylor, cast strength Stag, which is basically cast strength equal rare. So they technically they do. Wish you could get Cedar Ridge in Arizona. Don't you wish you could get unrestricted in Arizona? Somehow you have unrestricted in Arizona. So just tell me what you need or what you're looking for, bro. Or talk to Steve. I can make it happen. I got you. We, the subscribers, can network and get bottles to each other. It's not available in our markets for cost. Absolutely. I mean, this is all a giant network, right? Like, I would say I don't have a Discord, right? And that's on purpose because I think there's way too many freaking Discords out there. And if I create another one, that's just going to be another one that people have to manage and deal with. Plus, I have to deal with it and manage it. There are other Discords out there that a lot of trading, the network kind of bottle trading goes on. And I would say that's your best bet. Like, there's a lot of that should be going on too, right? Like, if your friends and stuff are not like hooking you up or trading, and like you need to put them in check, let them know. because that's not right. Yeah, see? We did a hunt yesterday. We didn't talk about it today. We did a good hunt. Yeah, absolutely. Just hook this. Just yeah, just absolutely. Just reach out to him, or just send me an email to the marketing email, and let me know your cell phone number, and I'll text you. But or you can just, if you're more comfortable, just go get it from Steve. 100%, not a problem. All right. I actually think, it's after midnight for me. I should probably get to bed because I have to drive another 7, 8 hours tomorrow. So I think I'm going to call it here. I think it's been a great live. No one really expected me to be live because I've been on vacation. It's been 2 hours. I think that's great. I think we had a good time. I mean, Travis showed up and just schooled all of us with like imparting the godly levels of knowledge upon us. My God. I mean, screw me being on this screen. Like, we should just put Travis's transcript on there and just be like, just watch this, and you'll get way more out of it. Thank you so much, Zona. I appreciate it. Looking forward to you reaching out. Do it right now. Like, do it like immediately, and that way, I know. But thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for everyone for being here. Again, it's after midnight in about 2 hours, so I'm just going to go ahead and call it. I really appreciate all of your support. I hope you had some good pours tonight, and I hope you enjoyed this live, which is really impromptu, but for the most part, that's the life of traveling, right? I'll be back next week for a regular content schedule. I don't have a regular live schedule, so another Sundays are usually my freest day, and that's usually why I show up there. I'll have to talk with Steve about his schedule and making sure that he doesn't burn the candle on both ends, and we can tag team it. But it's his day if he's regular on that, so I got to respect that. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate all of your support, and we'll talk to you later. See ya.